So I've been away from my bin and garden for about 10 days. The green onions are still growing. Those guys are the fresher roots, so looks a little better. The bucket has been watering, although they've been getting rained on as well. You can see here there's quite a bit of water that's collected on top of the worm bin, so we're gonna dump that out and see what's going on inside. Looks pretty wet inside, and hopefully everything will be all right. Here's a slug on the top of the burlap. I will dump that guy out. And then let's see what's going on underneath. There's a worm there. There's a big guy there. Looks like the worms are doing well on the top layer here underneath the plastic. Okay, so let's take a look at layer 2 on the right side. Oh, look at that. We got a lot of action there. This is excellent. Potatoes have been sprouting. I'm not really sure what to make of that, but I guess that's alright. Okay, here we go. Take a look at layer 3. Layer 3, a lot of action there. You can kind of still see the egg carton underneath. Let's see if I can get underneath that, see if there's any good action under the egg carton. There's some in there. Oh, there's a big slug. I'll toss that guy out of there. Little slug, I guess. Anyway, alright, so let's go look at layer 4. Alright. Layer 4 is pretty gross. This is the one that I put the orange peels in. Ugh, gross. Lots of flies on this level, it seems like, and it doesn't smell good. But, yeah, I don't see any worms. It looks like this level's not doing so well. I'm gonna dig in there a little bit, see if we find anything underneath. Yeah, it just doesn't smell good. It's very tight, tightly packed underneath. Yeah, it seems like the worms are mostly not hanging out down here at this bottom level. It's okay. So, we'll put all these guys back down. There's layer 3 back down. And layer 2. And put layer 1 back on top. And you can see whenever I do this, I lose some worms here. They fall out. I'll have to pick those guys up back later so we don't lose them. Alright, so let's take a look at the other side. How are we doing over here? Again, you see a lot more potato eyes sprouting. Wow, look at all that eyes sprouting down there. You see I put some leaves on this side. You see a lot of these little tiny, where is that? Where is it in the frame? Like these guys. Lots of little shells, like tiny snails. I don't know what they are, but I do see them around my yard. So I don't see any worms up here. There's one. There's a little guy up there. So there's some work happening up here. Okay, let's take a look at layer 2. Alright, layer 2. See some action here. Oh, I see maggots in this layer 2. Oh, you see them right here. And the worms. You see some other stuff growing in there. Reasonably. Whoa, this one's really heavy. Layer. Okay, on to let's look at layer 3. Layer 3 also we see put a lot of leaves in here. There's some worms in there. Not a ton of action. Oh yeah, underneath there's a lot. So, say pretty successful down here too. Okay, good. There's a big potato. Lots of sprouts there. Okay, we go down, take a look at the bottom layer. And the bottom layer, I put a lot of leaves down here. See a lot of worms in there. Oh, there's a guy up here. Let's put this guy back inside. Come on. Let's see, is it just too wet down here? No, there's worms working down there. There's plenty down there. So, seems like I can just leave this all. It's kind of wet, but they can climb up to where it's a little drier if they desire. And, great, we'll just put this back together now.